and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday. You know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate everything that came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases on a Father's Day today. If you celebrate or if you have a dad, which I'm sure you do if you're watching this, it is Father's Day. So give your dad a call, give him a gift, go talk to him, do whatever you got to do. It is Father's Day if you're watching this on Sunday. And shout out to my dad, of course, one of the all-time greats. One of the all-time greats, right up there with Ward Cleaver. And that's it. I think that's the only guy he's up there with. He's right at the top of the list. There's probably some others if I sat and thought about it. But shout out to my dad, of course, action figure collector, toy reviewer, Renaissance man, gardener. I tried to get him to come over. I said, Dad, why don't you join me for weekly purchases on Father's Day? And he said, you know, I would, but my dog's toenails really need clipping. So he's doing that instead of this. That's the way it goes from time to time. But shout out to my dad especially, but shout out to all the fathers out there here on Father's Day. And of course, weekly purchases brought to us by jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. 15%, nothing to sneeze at. You guys know the drill by now. Of course, don't forget Patreon. We're in the month of June. What do we got going on? We got one giveaway, 2 items. How about? It is the Evolution 3-pack Target exclusive, Maya Via 3-pack Walmart exclusive. So one of the Patreon members will win both of these sets. Of course, you got a chance for that over on Patreon. You get a monthly bonus Q&A. You get glamour shots for all the videos. You get early access to all the videos I do on both of my YouTube channels. But on top of that, you get early access to the podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, each and every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. You get that early if you want to, about 4 or 5 days earlier than traditional YouTube, traditional podcast formats. So check it out. There's a lot going on over there, and it is truly the best way to support the channel. You can also join YouTube channel memberships. But speaking of the podcast, this coming Tuesday, episode 12, called Angie Gone Wild. Of course, you guys know Girls Gone Wild. Now Angie's going wild, so we'll get that story there. We're diving into the brand new Night Demon news, 10th anniversary of Curse to the Dam, new action figure. We're talking all about that. We got something really tasty in the new sample of the new item this week. All kinds of other stuff, a little deeper dive, some other shenanigans, album of the week. You know the drill by now. A lot going on over there, of course, on the Kyle Peterson Show. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everybody checking out the podcast, watching each and every single week over there. My new book, of course, both books, I guess. Pick up either of them. Perfect Father's Day gift. A little late, but you can give them the IOU. It is a complete guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers or the complete guide to the Jakks Class Superstars series. Both available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Check them out if you have not already. This week for me, it's a busy work week. I'm really gearing up to 4th of July. A lot going on. Starting to plan for San Diego Comic-Con. Starting to plan for some other trips and a few other things. A lot going on. Headed to Omaha this week and to check out Daniel Tosh. He's over in Omaha. I'm going to hit that. Besides that, a little bit quiet. We'll see. No rest for the wicked. You know how that goes. And usually this point of weekly purchases, this is where we build up to the question of the week where I say, Angie, come on in here. And Angie in full bikini today, ready to come. But unfortunately, no question this week. Nobody asked a question this week, so no question of the week. We'll have to shelve it for another week unless there's no questions that way. Angie's off the hook this week, so she's in luck. But if you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments down below or email TheKylePetersonShow@gmail.com. So no question of the week. You know what that means. We segue into round 1 of the weekly purchases. All right, time for weekly purchases in one huge round of weekly purchases. I think I got everything around me here. I don't think I'll have to do a round 2, but we're going to do round 1 of weekly purchases, and we're going to start off hot with something I already have, but I couldn't pass up. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a custom or move some things around, or maybe use these as giveaways on the channel, as one of them is already a giveaway this month on the channel, but it is the Evolution 3-pack. Ended up picking up 2 of these at my local Target, $20 a piece. You can't pass that up. So kind of fun enough to mess around with, get an extra big gold belt, maybe some extra heads out of these. There's some stuff you can do. I did want one of these sets for mint on card. I'm kind of collecting these, waiting, playing the long game to get in one of each of these sets mint on card. But I did pick up 2 of these. Wind it down. So if you have some stores left, you might want to check, see if they're down to 28 years. That's a pro tip right there. How about some stuff we already unboxed this week? We already unboxed the brand new Heels and Faces figures, Ric Flair, Mike Awesome Gladiator Edition. Unboxed both these on the channel. Check out the reviews if you have not already. Friday, unboxed this one. Couldn't wait to get Jean Grey out of her box. And it's tough to get in her box, but it's not too hard to get her out of her box, of course. But Jean Grey looking good here, the Target exclusive. No yellow boots. I know a lot of people complain about that. Doesn't really get me too worked up. Obviously, I'd prefer the yellow boots, but not too worked up about it like some are. Lizard, we already unleashed the Lizard this week on the channel. Amazon exclusive, so check out the Lizard unboxing if you missed it. Top Picks via Ringside Collectibles. Picked up the old Top Picks Rey Mysterio. Already unboxed that as well. May or may not be on the channel, depending if I put it up or not. We'll see. But it's definitely on Patreon, so check out the Patreon, of course. Finally, the long nightmare is over. I forgot to order, of course, Raphael. Now he finally came through the door. Super 7, of course, Ultimate Edition here. I can't believe I ordered the other 3 and forgot Raphael, so I had to find him later on. Just happy to have our long nightmare over. That's what I'm happy for, but there it is right there. How about this one? Found this at a local Walmart. Caught me at a weak moment. A-Town Down right here, ready to go, of course. So I got that 2-pack there. Probably their last hurrah as far as a team in action figure form. Now I got to thank our good friend over there, Todd McFarlane on the couch. Todd, salt of the earth, of course. But for the first time ever, Todd McFarlane and his team thought of me. They said, hey, we're sending you a little package. Do what you want with it. And very nice of them to think of me. I don't know if anybody does more McFarlane unboxings, and nobody else got McFarlane on the couch, that's for sure. But it was very cool that they sent that to me, a little package. And we're going to dive into what was in that package right now. Deluxe Edition Superman. I was on the fence picking this one up. I really wanted it just for Crypto the dog, but they did send this my way, so I'm pretty happy to dive into this one. We'll unbox it on the channel, see what all the fuss is about. Superman through the door, but we're not done with Superman. They did send a Platinum Edition Eradicator. How about that? I was looking for this one, so I'm very happy to get this one in my collection here. You know me, I'm a sucker for translucent plastic, and that's exactly what that is. They also sent me Batman, the animated series. Might have to see if my dad's interested in this bad boy. He's collecting this line. He might already have it for all I know. But they did send me Mr. Freeze. I think part 2 Mr. Freeze, right? So we do get that from the animated series. And then, speaking of the Eradicator, sent me the regular edition of the Eradicator. So how about that? Ready to go. A double dose of Eradicator. We've already unboxed this one on the channel, so check out the review on that. And last but not least, I've never picked up one of these either. It is one of the McFarlane statues, one of the smaller ones. But it is Beast from the X-Men, from that iconic Jim Lee issue. Man, oh man, I was all over that as a kid, picking up that issue at my comic shop. Very cool to get that through the door there. So thank you to McFarlane Toys thinking of me, sending me this stuff to take a look at. We'll definitely take a look at it on the channel, so make sure you subscribe to both of the channels, of course. But we're not done. Also, Hiya Toys, and I've never unboxed anything from Hiya Toys. They did reach out, and they had some stuff they wanted to send my way if I was interested. And I said, of course I'm interested. I love action figures. So they did send some things, and they sent me a heavy hitter. One of my favorite characters ever. Say what you want about him. It is Negan, of course. A lot of people, Walking Dead has jumped the shark. You guys know me. You know my personality by now if you stuck with this channel. I stick it out to the end. I'm watching Dead City. I'm watching all of them. Yes, some of them are a little painful to watch, but I do enjoy Negan in the show, so that is good. But Dead City, I've been watching it. I've been trying to follow along. We got the Negan figure from Hiya Toys, so I'll definitely be diving into this one there. Even my daughter Elle looked at that and said, ooh, what are you going to do with that? Can I go in my room? I said, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But they weren't done giving me Dead City stuff. Of course, the Walker King 3 3/4 edition right here. Very interesting one from season 1 of Dead City, of course, if you're following along. I know not everybody is, but they did send that my way. And then last but not least, they know the way to my heart, that's for sure. They sent me a double dose of Cobra, a double dose of G.I. Joe with the 3 3/4 version of Firefly. And what else we got? We got the man, the master of disguise himself, Zartan. How cool is that? Man, oh man, brings me back to my childhood once again. Very, very cool 3 3/4 editions here. Really reminds you of, the Pursuit of Cobra line, the 25th anniversary line. It's got kind of that same little vibe to it right here. Very detailed, but also 3 3/4. So, of course, you got classified in the new scale, but you got the old traditional scale here from Hiya Toys. I'm a little bit torn because my 3 3/4 Joes in my collection, I keep them all mint on card. You've seen my room video tour. They're all mint on card. Do I open these? Do I keep them on card? I got some decisions to make right there. But the Walking Dead stuff, I am going to unbox. I thought I was out of Walking Dead. I did That's So Hard to Say Goodbye, like episode 19 about that. But now I'm back in the game, I guess. But no better way to start than with my boy Negan. So we'll see what these Hiya Toys are all about. But very thankful to Hiya Toys sending me some stuff this week, and thankful for McFarlane. So it was a great week. I guess they knew it was Father's Day and they knew my birthday was around the corner and they wanted to surprise me with something. Maybe, who knows? But what do you know out there? What did you pick up this week? Anything come through your mailbox or at your stores? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day. Yes, it's true, every single day, between 2 channels, 4 videos a day, enough to keep you busy. But if it's not busy enough, head over to Patreon, head over to YouTube channel membership, support the channel, check it out, get in on the giveaway, the monthly Q&As, all the other free stuff that's going on over there. A lot of fun on the Patreon, of course. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Check out my podcast each and every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. And as I mentioned at the top, don't forget both of my books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble as well for those. And I hope everybody, once again, has a great Father's Day. So for another round of weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?